So building a core fan base is the single-handed most valuable thing any rapper could do. And although that's been the case, it's really coming to light now, with rappers who we would consider mainstream struggling to sell 30K. Now of course, some core fan bases are stronger than others, and some rappers may have lower numbers than these mainstream superstars but have a more real fan base. And that's why having a core fan base is so important. When nobody else will tune in, they'll tune in. Now why is it that some rappers can build such a real raw fan base and others have to use social media to keep their name alive? Well, as simple as it sounds, I think there's one ingredient that is the key to build a real fan base, and of course, that's talent. Now, there's other things that play into that, but without talent, there's no foundation behind anything. So in this video, I want to talk about the 4 elements you need in your career to give yourself that core fan base, because with the core fan base gives you longevity. With longevity, you have a legacy, and with the legacy, now you're a legend. So without further ado, I'm going to use artists for examples, and let's get right into this. So off the bat, let's name some artists with core fan bases to give you guys the idea of what I mean. So first rapper I want to say is Rod Wave. Great example of a rapper with a core fan base he built straight from talent. Now most people heard him for the first time with his breakthrough hit Heart on Ice, and after that song blew up, people hopped on the train and still haven't got off yet. And I don't think they ever will, because when he drops, there's no reason I'm not tuning in. He hasn't missed on any of his tapes, and he just can't make bad music. Rod Wave just has it, and he barely has to be on the gram, he barely has to do interviews. It's just organic, it's just raw talent. Some more rappers who are similar to Rod is Tyler the Creator. Right now I'm talking about very mainstream, and in a minute I'm gonna go down to smaller rappers who have real just smaller core fan bases. But with Tyler, it's just like he's in his own lane. Every single time he drops, it's about to be nominated for best album, it's about to have insane sales. It's just like all these Tyler fans just come out of nowhere. He has a huge ass fan base, I forget that. And it's because he's been doing this for like 10 years. But what I say earlier, a core fan base is the key to longevity, and he's just proved that. I would even say Gunna's last album proved that he has a real core fan base, because him ratting gave a pass for people to call him trash. But the fact that we brushed it to the side shows how real his fans are, and that the music's just gonna speak. People either fuck with it or don't, and they fuck with it. Just like Rilo Rodriguez on Apple Music having a higher album charted than Uzi. They dropped the same day and his shit was charting higher than Uzi. And when talking about an artist like Rilo, man, he has such an organic, raw fan base. It just shows how powerful the music itself is. And he's got one of the most loyal fan bases in rap. Read any Rilo comment section, it's just people saying this man's the GOAT. And No Cap and Rilo are just so organic. It's no wonder they got such core fan bases. And while all of these artists have amazing talent, with talent comes vulnerability on the mic. And that's the second key to a core fan base, vulnerability. Let's look at artists like Juice WRLD. Let's look at artists like Kanye West, XXX. You could say Lucki, you could say Lil Peep. All of these rappers express how they feel on the mic. They are not afraid to hide it, because the music was therapy to them. Juice WRLD, Lucki, and Lil Peep. 3 artists who all talk about pain from their addiction while still melodically flowing and talking about the riches and high fashion lifestyle. And people really get attached to that relatable music. Nobody's perfect, and their music shows a side of them that you can only get through the music. Then we have X, Kanye, Tyler the Creator. People like them, they say how they feel. They're not afraid to say shit that might stir the pot, and it shows in their music. And once again, that's something that will attach you to an artist. If you're just cloning and sounding like people, nobody's gonna really get attached to you. That's why we see so many rappers come and go, and the few that stay and stick, it's because these reasons. I know personally, I was a fan of X because his music, but more importantly because who he was as a person. If you tuned into his lives on Instagram, he was preaching shit that was so evident in today's world. Man, he was so ahead of his time, man. Go peep the If He Was Still Alive video. That's just one of my favorite videos on the channel. And with talent and vulnerability, now the next one is something that most rappers need to build a core fan base. Now, not Rod Wave, but he's a real exception. But what it is you need a personality. I don't want to throw shots and discredit any rappers here, but I feel like there's a reason why nobody fucks with Tyga or nobody fucks with Big Sean. Like, they're no different. They don't really offer no personality behind them. They're not really interesting. Respectfully, like, I mean that respectfully. Even when you just watch a Young Thug or Future interview, like, these dudes are real characters. They come from where they say they come from, but in general, just the way they think, they got God complexes in a way. But it could just be moving like a superstar. But anyways, personality is what gives rappers story behind them. Rappers who are unapologetically themselves, you know what I mean? Lil Uzi's a great example of that. Playboy Cardi. I know I said him, but Young Thug. And basically every rapper I've named in this video besides Rod Wave, and I only say Rod Wave because he doesn't show himself at all, but really has just such a powerful aura, energy, personality, whatever you want to say. But that's the third thing: talent, vulnerability, personality. And the last thing an artist needs, the 4th element for a real core fan base, is a certain level of mystery behind them. You need to understand, I talk about on this channel all the time why you should not be idolizing these rappers. We only see what they show us. And how these rappers are living the high value lifestyle you think they're living, it's nothing like it seems. But with that said, if you're able to persuade an illusion and make yourself look a certain way to give you more credit, that alone could give you so much value in rap. Look at Playboi Carti. Changing his sound and becoming mysterious has made this dude go from a regular rapper. Who remembers regular Playboi Carti? Like 2019 Playboi Carti, he was really a regular rapper, but he went mysterious, gave himself a different look, changed his personality. He basically did all the elements I'm talking about right now, and he built one of the strongest core fan bases. You know you have a core fan base when so many people call you trash. People hate Playboi Carti, but then you have people who literally love this man. People say Rallo's trash, right? He just went #1. People love him. It's because the mystery behind these artists just gives them so much value. Those are the 4 keys to a core fan base. It's not easy to obtain, but like I said earlier, obtaining a core fan base will give you longevity. Longevity will give you a legacy, and legacies make you a legend. If you're an aspiring artist, listen to what I just said and take that 4th one with great value, because you're able to persuade how they see you. You're able to deceive the audience to make them think you're somebody you're not. That's all these rappers. I swear to God, you guys need to open your eyes. And just remember, the main thing is talent. It will always be talent. That's why somebody we thought already had the biggest core fan base and was one of the biggest rappers in the world, Lil Baby, the second his music and talent didn't seem like it was there, the fans disappeared. Trust me, when his music's good again, they'll pop right back up. Rap fans are not loyal, and that makes it even harder to have a real core fan base, because at the end of the day, a core fan base is going to stay there even when your music's not sounding like it was when you were in your prime. There's either people who think Uzi's trash now, or people who still rock with him heavy because they fuck with him as a person and are a core fan. And the more core fans you have, the more you're able to achieve. But it's been your boy 10 Toes, and stay blessed, y'all.